Okay, we're back again. Great. Sometimes the internet, it just pauses and you got to start again. That's like life. You start something and then it may not work the first time, but the main thing is you just press that button, you get back on again. So good to have you back again. Video, we just had a bit of, who knows, technical difficulties, Instagram difficulties. Alright, so let's find them back. Alright, back. Hey. Alright, take two.
Take two. I've changed locations, so let's hope the sound's a bit better.
Yeah, no worries. I don't know how much you heard, but I'll just repeat it. Like, I like what you're doing with your account and your energy. And with me, I have a health business, and I do feel that there's a lot of benefit to people, getting a lot of positive inspiration from all aspects, whether that's mindset, Tony Robbins stuff, or health related things, manifestation, law of attraction working, whether we know it is or not. So I was thinking maybe you could share a few things that have really helped you manifest things in your life. How does that sound?
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. So it definitely depends on the kind of things that you're looking to call it in. But in terms of the way that I see manifestation, I don't believe in solely focusing on positive thinking and trying not to have any bad thoughts at all. I believe in having a sense of self-awareness and also responsibility over the way that your life is going, but also having that compassion as well. So for me, what manifestation really looks like in my day-to-day is, and the way that I've come up with this actually is, I just wanted to let you know as well, because it's easy to see people on the internet and think that their lives are so easy and that they manifest 100% of the things they want all the time. And you can't really relate to that situation. So for me, in 2018, I actually created this vision board. I thought I was a vision board pro. But what happened was none of the things on that vision board actually manifested. And when I sat down to look at it in 2020, I realized that I'd put so many things on there that I didn't actually want, or I'd put on there based on what I'd seen other people having, or where I thought I should be at on my life. And this actually led to me building a 5-step framework for manifestation. So the first step of that framework is actually embodying the vibe of your higher self and thinking about what your higher self looks like, thinking about your values and your vision. And when a lot of people come into manifestation, they hear about things like The Secret, they think, okay, I just think about the thing that I want and then how to attract it. But actually, manifestation begins before your intention, with working out who is the kind of person I want to be and how can I live in alignment with that. Then from knowing the kind of person you want to show up in the world as, then you can look to, okay, how can I set powerful intentions? How can I set heartfelt intentions that make me really excited to think about, that are really aligned with the person who I'm becoming? Then we go into releasing your energetic blocks and really looking at your limiting beliefs before moving into your balancing your feminine and masculine energy. So what this looks like is like, where am I most in my power? How do I feel the most powerful? How can I infuse this into the way that I work, the way that I manifest? And then the final step of that is surrendering the how, which is often what people find the most difficult, is releasing those doubt and just like almost taking a trust fall on the universe and knowing that everything's going to work out exactly as it's meant to.
Yep. I like what you said, especially with the positive stuff. You can think positive but feel really bad at the same time. It's crazy. Well, it's not really if you think about it, but absolutely. Was there something in particular that you really want to hear the goodies? So was there something that that you got out of it, like or maybe attracted, like partner, or I guess for you
Yeah.
started your business.
Yeah, so manifested so many things. I think one of the most exciting things is probably recently manifesting a holiday, which at the time we were in stage 4 lockdown here in Melbourne. We were only allowed to leave the house for an hour a day, and
Oh
I'm
my God.
thinking about, I'm going to be free one day, and I would love to like go on holiday. And so a hobby that I actually picked up during lockdown was entering competitions. And previously, my beliefs towards entering competitions was like, yeah, no one really wins these things. But after winning my first one, I changed my beliefs from no one really wins these things to, okay, not only do people win these things, but I win these things. And what if I was to think that I don't just win them sometimes, I win them all the time? Like I win a competition every week. And so that's what happened. I would be winning a competition every week during lockdown. And then one of the things that I won was a holiday, which was a 4-day holiday to Sydney, which I just got back from a few days ago. And that was really incredible.
I love that. And it's not luck. I mean, it is luck, but you created that luck. And a lot of people don't realize that. It's amazing that you went to sit, well, now it's more free, I guess. But really, winning something every week, I can't say I've done that yet. and
Yeah.
and it, it can be a work in progress as well. You know, continuously working on your vibration as you put out. Doing it once, it's like if you've been thinking negative for years and years, thinking a certain way or doing one vision, like a vision board for like a month, you know, there's quite a big difference. So the second time with your vision, did you redo your vision board? It's a huge thing.
So
How did
I did
you start?
actually last year. I did do another vision board, and it really, obviously this was pre-COVID, so we did make another vision board pre-COVID. But actually, funnily enough, like all the things on there still manifested. Like I had the holiday on the vision board. I had the kind of relationships I wanted to have. I had like really just like a kind of vibe that I wanted to embody as well. It wasn't just things that I wanted to have, but it was how I wanted to be, and that was all encapsulated in the vision board. And I feel like I'm really, really living in alignment with that. And it's a great tip for when you're creating a vision board, not to just think about the things, but again, to think of like, what kind of vibe do I want to emulate over the next year or however long you're setting up your vision board for?
Yeah, like a long term thing, not getting disappointed if it doesn't happen straight away. Is that what you mean?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think just
So
thinking as well, not
yeah,
only on the things, but just in general.
yeah. So meaning the general feeling of just feeling good about the vision, like everything, as opposed to the car, the relationship, or the business. Is that? Yeah,
So it can depend. It depends what kind of vibe that you want to have. Maybe you want
yeah,
to feel like really sensual. Maybe you want to feel like
oh yeah,
really motivated to go to the gym, like whatever kind of energy you want to play with, just putting that so that it's the focus of your vision board as well. So for me, it was definitely leaning into being a lot more playful, to being like really just like doing things that excited me to do, trying loads of new things.
yeah.
That was the kind of energy that I had on there.
Like going to Sydney. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like to
exactly.
float. I like to float this. I had another question, but I like to float this sort of idea past you. And I've said this before on lives and stuff. I have another Instagram account, right? Um, and I basically upload images that really excite me, like not like holidays and stuff, you know. Or it might be something that reminds me of something else. Like I've always thought about, I want to start a small farm or something, or some sustainable, regenerative like farm for good food supply. Anyway, another topic altogether. But looking at that really gets me going. Like it sort of inspires, puts things like realist into a real picture. Like, um, do you cut things out? Like, how do you make a vision board?
Yeah, that's a really great question. So I actually have a couple of ways I do it. Like my main vision board is paper because I like the time and energy that goes behind it. You can play certain songs, have certain smells,
Yeah,
and then you're like kind of anchoring the feelings of the vision board. But I also have, like you said, like kind of like micro vision boards where I have saved folders on Instagram around
oh,
things I want to manifest. And what's really funny about that is I had photographers I wanted to work with on one of like my saved folders, and one of them ended up reaching out to me, and then a few months later one of them liked one of my photos, and then we ended up working together. So it's just like, you vision boards can be in a number of different ways, and I know some people aren't particularly visual people, so if you want to like write the vision board instead, or it's just choosing something that works for you. And I think that's what's really great about manifestation, is that you get to play with it and pick the things that work best for you.
yeah. So personal, isn't it? I like that. I like that as opposed to one thing. I feel like you're pretty open minded when it comes to this stuff. It's interesting. There's so many different there's different sort of schools of thought, and I guess people that go with different coaches will also not just go by like the technical stuff, but also what feels right for the person. So I guess just for people that join, to summarize as well, and you probably covered this for your clients or people that come to you. What is the basic um, like maybe not so much mentorship, but the process of which they like what kind of people will come to you and how would you help them?
All different kinds of people, but in terms of how I would help them, it's really around having those mindset shifts that are stopping them from fully
Yeah.
stepping into the life they want to live. A lot of people will begin and will say, I'm not really sure what it is to manifest, but when you get to the truth of it is, oh, you do know what you want to manifest, but you think that it's not going to be possible for you, or you do know what you manifest, but you're
Yeah.
worried what will happen if you actually get it. So it's the clarity. Then once we have clarity on the vision, okay, how are we going to bring this vision to life? And then once we've got, okay, this is how we're going to bring the vision to life, it's all the mindset shifts along the way that allow you to step into that person who already has it, who is all who you truly are underneath, what you've been told to be or how you feel you need to show up in the world, how you need to perform. So it's as much about unlearning as it is about learning new things.
Actually, that's a really good point. So I, I like to sort of pick that a little bit. So a lot of that unlearning stuff comes from like the resistance and stuff like preconceived thoughts we've held for so long that have become beliefs. Um, do you have any thoughts around how people can identify them and release them, or is it as simple as for you? For me, it's just as simple as deciding to release it.
Yeah, it really depends how deeply rooted the beliefs are, because if it's a belief that you've been holding on to for your entire life, it doesn't just like overnight disappear, but it's a continual practice of both the mindset work, but also taking action. Because you can say, yeah, I've shifted with that belief, but until you're in a situation again that's going to bring up that belief, that's going to bring up, say, for example, you have
Yeah.
self-doubt. Say until you're in another situation where that self-doubt comes up and you choose a different option, have you truly shifted that belief? So it's about doing the work, but also putting yourself in situations where you can truly test, have my feelings towards this actually changed? And being compassionate if they haven't, and just knowing that there's a bit more that you need to do. So certainly doing the kind of like shadow work, the subconscious work to get to the root of what those beliefs are, and also where those beliefs came from, because most of the time these beliefs aren't actually ours to begin with. They're things that we picked up along the way. So when you can
Mm,
see, okay, this is what specific memories this belief is linked with, here's how I can go back and heal those memories, that's way more powerful than just like, yeah, I'm over it.
yeah. Yeah. So are we talking like trauma here or just general anything?
I personally don't do trauma healing. I'm not trauma certified, but if that was something that people wanted to do, they can definitely do their own research in that area. But I think just understanding those subconscious stories that are running our lives, like as an NLP practitioner, it's really about the relationship between your conscious and subconscious mind. And so many of us are just focused on the conscious stuff, what's happening at like the top level, that
Yeah.
there is so much below the surface that we have not even scratched the surface of.
I really like the illustration you may have seen of the iceberg. It's so classic.
Yeah.
That subconscious mind being everything that's under the water. And it's really, it's, I guess, why a lot of people, why it's important, just like you work out your body often, that you actually work on your mindset, either, mix with the right people or at least be around people that inspire you or get a coach because it's not so, it's because it's accountability too, right? That's what you do because, um, technically anyone can go on the net and type in law of attraction, money tips, or how relationship tips on WikiHow or Google. But the accountability is something really special that that I feel. I mean, I myself have a few coaches for different things, and I mentor people. Um, so, are there any books that you recommend, or that have really shaped you at all?
Oh, there's so many.
Yeah.
So last year, obviously, didn't have many activities to do. So I actually read 52
Oh
last
yeah.
year. Um, so definitely The Success Principles by Jack Canfield is one of my all-time favorites. Happy Pocket Full of Money by David Cameron Candy, which talks about manifestation, quantum physics, and it's more than just wealth at a money level, but also wealth in terms of prosperity, in terms of fulfillment, in terms of joy. That one's one of my favorite. And then also Existential Kink by Carolyn Elliott, which talks about a new way to look at your limiting beliefs and limiting behaviors and
Right.
to really just accept and integrate them into the way that you function.
Yeah. What was the last one? That title again? That's one I haven't heard of.
Existential Kink by Carolyn Elliott.
Oh, kink.
Yeah,
KINK.
Existential Kink. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Yep. Yeah. No, that's fine. That's you can't forget that. That's a great title. Yeah. No, haven't read all those books. I've heard of them. I like Jack Canfield's principle of take responsibility. Um,
Mm.
Admittedly, it was a challenging one, especially I remember like you know it's easy to just to say that something's happening because of someone else or something else. But I think that goes hand in hand with what you do, where I'm taking responsibility for my destiny. So I'm going to decide to manifest something as opposed to these things just happen, sort of thing. It's exciting. I get really
Yeah.
excited thinking about it and feeling. Um, no, that's great. So if there was one thing, just in summary, like that that you wanted to let people know, like one thing to improve their life right now, what would you say?
For sure. So I think the work that I do is all about helping people manifest their extraordinary lives and to stop playing small and to really step into living big. And one of the most important things that it comes down to when manifesting your extraordinary life is that you need to begin seeing yourself as an extraordinary person. You need to see yourself as someone that good things happen for, that miracles could happen for, that anything I dream of, yeah, it's going to happen. And it doesn't matter that I don't know how it's going to happen yet, but I'm the kind of person that good things happen to. So it's going to happen.
That's beautiful. Nothing needs to be added to that. Yeah, that's great. Hey, look, it was awesome chatting. I'm sure we'll chat again soon, and just there's just great energy coming from your page. So definitely, if you guys are watching, I'd follow that. Just for the energy. Awesome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Efia. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your enjoy your freedom in Melbourne.
Thank you. I am.
It's so great. All right, take care.